It's hard to find money and support for pure science. It's hard to find money and support for innovation.
There was a year there where every single day, Mick and I would write a list of all the people we were going to call. So we would call, email, phone call, and text, and then try to pitch. So we were out there talking to 1,000 people. Like, we literally pitched this 1,000 times. I'm pretty sure that we were weeks away from having to stop. I mean, there was no money left. Like, we were done. This was a last-ditch effort, that's for sure.
When we first got started, after a number of failures to get other people to invest, he said, "Dad, give me the bottom dollar that you're going to need to bring your lab people together, get something set up so that we can start this." I said, "2.6 million. And I thought, okay, that's it. He's gonna bugger off and go home. And he said, "Okay, I'll do it." So he went up to Dauphin and he talked to friends, neighbors, professional colleagues, and he raised the first round almost entirely from people in Dauphin, Manitoba.
I'm a volunteer board member on the Dauphin Derailers, and we've built this amazing mountain biking multi-purpose trails facility on the edge of Riding Mountain National Park, and we spend our time volunteering, building trails. It's amazing.
You know, they built a skate park for the kids in downtown, and he's definitely part of the community. So it was all of those other community builders.
I think what we should do is just like unload and do the technical stuff, like check your tires and all that jazz, and then we'll come up with a plan for the day.
Everybody that is involved with us now has a background of trying to make a difference. You know, we all volunteer together, we coach, we participate, we're active, we're engaged, right? So it's a matter of this community has become better because of people's contributions over the last, well, obviously from the beginning, but the groups I'm working with, since I've been here the last 10 years. When I first started telling people about it, it was, hey, I've been working on this project for 10 years now. I think it's something that you'd be, interested in and excited about. And there's an investment opportunity that I want to put in front of you because I'm really looking to get the right people involved at this point. And it's an opportunity to get in early and benefit from, being part of this project. You say, hey, do you want to change the world and make it better and do it from Dauphin? If you want to help me, save millions of lives and billions of healthcare dollars and address some very significant inequities in healthcare that we see locally with our surrounding communities and some of our populations that we have, daily interactions with, do you want to make a difference and be part of that? And they say, yeah. Okay, well, this is what it's about.
But we sat there in that theater and listened to the pitch, and it was very professionally done, and the claims they were making were astonishing, and we knew it was going to be, like they say, paradigm shifting. I think that's the perfect phrase for it. It's paradigm shifting science. If they're accurate about this is amazing, and they want to do this from Dauphin, which all of a sudden all of us in the room were excited about, right? Because we're so passionate about our community. My name's Clayton Swanton. I'm from Dauphin, Manitoba, and I'm a lawyer in Dauphin with Johnston Company. I think it's $2 or $3 million that Mick was able to raise in seed round money out of Dauphin. We call ourselves a city, but we were just barely there with population to be able to get that city status, right? Like we're not a big city. We're one of the smallest cities there is. So to be able to raise that from people that knew Mick and understood the integrity that the Lott family has, to be a part of that, to allow him to take that, him and his team to take that to the next level. It's great that was able to happen, and that Dauphin was so integral to where this is going. And I think we all are very confident and passionate about where they're taking this.
We don't have billions of dollars. We can't solve diabetes in every single country all at once. It's not possible for us. But what we can do with our handful of millions is we can solve diabetes in Manitoba. And if you can solve diabetes in Manitoba, then you've got something, because this is one of the worst hit provinces in our country for incidence of diabetes.
I've got a cousin with severe type 1 diabetes. He's experiencing organ failure, right? I know SciMar's a type 2 product, but I can understand, watching him have to battle that and in and out of hospital, in a boot, because his feet aren't getting the blood flow that they need to. and he's not much older than me, right? So, to watch him experience that and go through that, and to understand that there is countless others out there experiencing that in their life with type 2 diabetes, and then hearing what they're claiming can be done, it's like, how quick can we get this out there?
Because a lot of these people invested like 3-4 years ago, but they're still almost daily in my life. And so I think there's a couple things. One, it's the most intimate form of corporate governance and accountability from investors, because I see them all the time.
I'm Dr. Roxanne Plett. I'm a veterinarian, and we're here in my clinic at the Dauphin Veterinary Clinic. I think the first place that I met Mick was when he was presenting on leadership at the Chamber of Commerce breakfast here in Dauphin, and then hearing about the Parkland Paddling Club here in Dauphin, which he's the president of, and the lead instructor got my girls excited, and we joined the Parkland Paddling Club, and from there developed a relationship with Mick, or a friendship. He actually called me up and said, hey, I've got something I want to chat with you about, and so I said, yeah, sure, come on down. So we sat down in my living room, we had a chat, and just talked as friends first of all, and then he presented me with what was happening and what his dad is involved in with the research and so on. Was excited by the opportunity. Anytime we can make an improvement in human health, in quality of life for everybody, I'm absolutely all about supporting that and want to be a part of that. I know Mick on multiple levels, and I trust him. He's a person of integrity, and so when he comes to me with this proposition, I'm going to trust that he's going to do the right thing, and I know that I wanted to absolutely support that as a result.
They've been a wonderful find for us in Manitoba. So we've been building capacity in Manitoba instead of leaving either to the States or some other province, which is fine. But I mean, we're all Manitobans.
I'm Dr. Scott Kish, family physician here in Dauphin, Manitoba, and so this is the Dauphin Medical Clinic. You cannot practice medicine in Dauphin and not be a diabetic, I won't say expert, but have a broad knowledge of diabetes. In Manitoba in specifics, our region would have the highest rate, or one of the highest rates of diabetic complications in terms of end-stage renal disease, amputations, and death related to diabetes. And so the impacts of diabetes are seen every day.
Is that something that you want me to still follow up on, or pass on to?
We'll pass on. We'll just take your database and we'll just push that all over to them.
Okay.
So Mick and I have known each other for a long time. I probably should have figured out how many years now, and in particular over the last 4 to 5 years, coaching football together at the high school with our kids. It's been good. I do believe that the ability in this case to be able to just walk into Mick's office at some point in time and ask questions, to rub shoulders in the community and to kind of see how things are going. And if there's questions to be asked in the community, there's always an answer to be had very quickly.
Then we should be able to be a lot more successful than we have in the past.
Okay.
If we can make an impact before the end stage complications of the disease, that'll have a tremendous downstream effect on the system.
These are not institutional investors. These are people that have spent their lives building the assets that they have, and they're choosing to take a significant amount of those and contribute those to a mission that they believe in and have faith in the team that's leading it.
Having the potential of being a game-changing opportunity, maybe a life-saving opportunity for some people, with the Made in Manitoba feel to this, knowing the impacts of diabetes on the community and in my practice, it was a very easy decision, I think, to invest in this, to see this come to fruition.
My history of investing is simply putting money into an RSP every month, and wherever my financial advisor tells me to put it, that's where it goes. And once it's invested, I don't really think about it again. So this was my first real investment that I did in this way.
As a farmer, you're an investor already, okay? So you're accumulating assets, whether it's machinery or livestock or grain or inventory or land. It's accumulating equity. All I did as a farmer was converted my equity in my land to capital that was more liquid, that would allow me to do investing. My name is Terry Cholka, and we are in my home in along the Riding Mountain in Dauphin, Manitoba here. My family farm actually is about 40 minutes northwest of here. My great-grandparents were settlers here from the Ukraine. There came to a point in my life where my children were growing up and you know, looking at succession planning and whatnot. I had to determine whether or not, you know, I wanted to continue farming. So we kind of made the decision to put the farm for sale. Now it kind of opened the window to all sorts of different things when it comes to investments. I mean, I could have purchased an apartment building, I could have purchased other real estate, I could have purchased a yacht and just, you know, we're a sailboat and went sailing sort of thing. Part of my job right now is managing my equity that I accumulated through all these years of farming, basically. The personal connection for me is through my father, okay? My father passed away in 2008, and I would say that it was a direct result of diabetes. We all know somebody, and, you know, hereditary factors and everything else, you have to be concerned about your own personal health, your family members' health, whether it's your children or you know, whoever within your family sort of thing.
You pile some wood? Yeah? Yeah, I will pile some wood.
For Braden right now, because, you know, you're trying to manage autism, he has a difficult time communicating any types of pain or you know, can't say to you, my tummy's sore or whatever. So for someone like him to develop diabetes, how would we ever know? I mean, we can do the blood testing, all this other stuff, but for him to manage diabetes would be probably extremely challenging.
And we'll go the wood.
So the connection for me is through family. If I could prevent or help prevent people suffering from diabetes, then certainly I want to do my part, whatever I can, in whatever way I can.
And these people have joined us and they're supporting it, and we're gathering steam and we're getting more people on board, and I think most people believe that the risk is worth it because it's important, it's critical. It's kind of like climate crisis. Like if we don't do something, we're not going to have anything. So, I mean, with our numbers, the diabetic problem that we've got, like if we don't do something different, we're going to just keep going the way we're going. And that's just not acceptable.